Uh, 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 yeah.
Why are you
What?
bouncing?
Yeah. What? What? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the podcast, The Sports Hive. I am your host, Dominique, and this is my co-host, Steven.
Yo, what's
And
going on?
boy, do we have a show for you guys. So
Do we
first,
have a show for them?
yes. February 11th, we're getting the Swifty Bowl. I don't think anybody wanted it.
That's twice.
I don't think anybody wanted the Swifty Bowl, but we're getting one.
I promise you, if they show us Taylor Swift while Usher is performing, I'm gonna
we're
do
gonna
something
need,
dramatic.
they're gonna be like, does Taylor Swift of Usher? Or they'll be like, hey, yeah, Usher, we're gonna do half the show with you, and then Taylor's gonna do the other half since she's already here, all right? We didn't have to do any logistics.
No, she's supposed to be in
so much money.
She's supposed to be in
Japan.
Japan. She's supposed to be in Japan, and she may or may not make it back. So I hope that she.
No, that jet is chartered and ready to go.
Yeah,
it's waiting for her right now. Speaking of that, one of the interesting things I did today was, and this is sports related because we're talking about the people that's in it. But Travis Kelsey, you know what his net worth is? Just off the top of your head?
No, I don't.
Okay, well I do. It's $40 million. Do you know what Taylor Swift's net worth is off the top of your head?
15 times that.
Okay, I don't know what that is. Was that 600 million?
Yes.
Yeah, that's 600 million. Okay, all right, but no, that's not it. Her net worth, 1.1 billion. Travis Kelsey's 40. I did the math. He is worth 3.6% of what she is.
I didn't know her net worth was 1.1. God.
You look just cross. Like Travis Kelsey is broke. He's poor people compared to her. He's on poverty. He's in poverty compared to her.
He's jump off a building. Yo.
Like I said, I love Travis Kelsey, but when you put the two numbers together, you're like, huh?
Throw $40 million on the nightstand. I'll see you next week. Don't tell nobody.
Hey, I saw your net worth was like 40 million. Like, here's another 60 just to make it 100. All right?
Everything. That explains how she got him. Well, that explains how she got him to not go back to his ex, who is fine. That explains how she got him to grow out that handlebar mustache that makes him look like a January 6th.
The police mustache.
It looked like
a state trooper mustache.
He looked like an X-Man, yo. Out there shopping with Paul Bundy, yo. Yeah.
Explains your license registration, please.
Explains everything.
Yeah.
Okay. This is not sports, except for it's sports adjacent.
Yes.
What would you do if a woman, not even a woman, let's just keep it a bean. What would you do if you was out doing your Hendrix thing and Taylor Swift came on to you? Right. And if she came on to you and she was like, I need for you to be my sneaky link.
I almost think my wife would be pissed off that I didn't agree.
Oh my gosh.
She would be highly upset.
I just need to see you every time I come through North Carolina.
Can you imagine what the nightstand money would look like?
That's what I'm saying. She threw something in a nightstand like, all right, I'll catch you next time, yo.
Okay. All right. Whenever you need me. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it's like 40, like when I did the math and it came out to that, I was like, that carry the decimal point. Did I do my math?
I got a phrase, but I can't actually say it. I don't know how to say it like PC correctly, right? No matter how I say it, I get in trouble, so I can't say it, but I really want to say it really bad. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm figuring out how to say it. Like Kelsey is the chicken. Kelsey is the chick in this relationship.
Yeah. If this relationship does go the distance, he has to quit his job because he's going to be pregnant with her baby.
What distance? What distance is it going?
I don't know. I don't know.
Where?
Dude, I don't know.
I just got one question. Oh, you know what? Maybe it will. Maybe it will go some distance, right? Because I was about to say, Why would a billionaire date someone that is that poor?
I think the world's trying to figure that out. The world is trying to figure that out right now because I don't know.
Well, I mean, the world, most people. Okay, I like to think of myself as at least somewhat knowledgeable. I thought she was only worth $600 million. Clearly, people don't think that she's worth that much, or else this would be a bigger story than it is. But God.
Well, I don't think people can actually fathom like what we were talking about in the other podcast. Yeah. Please go watch. No. Like when you start looking at $1 billion, it's like, well, what is $1 billion? You break it down, it's at least $999,999,999. That's
put it another way. Travis, Jason. Which one is it? Jason?
Travis
is the one that cashes the check. Taylor's the one that writes the check. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. That's the magnitude difference.
Like, yeah, and I mean, that dynamic is weird because it's like it's not like she has like a little bit more money than him. She's got that much more money than like.
You say Travis Kelsey is the independent woman in the relationship. I got my own money. Yeah, okay.
Hey,
yeah, okay.
Hey, Tay. I brought home my check from work today. Just put it with the rest. She's like, yeah, no, you just keep it. Get yourself some. I don't care.
With that little paycheck, I can't even deposit that in my bank. It's not enough.
I've got a limit to my deposit. It's got to be above.
Yeah.
It's got to be above a certain amount.
They don't even take my phone calls for anything less than $10 million. I'm sorry. And your check, your game check doesn't fit the bill.
Like,
it's so bad.
It's so weird to put that in perspective. But yeah,
it's so bad.
That I was like, you know what? Let's toss this out there and see if Steve knows anything about this.
Clearly not enough. And everything that I do know, I wish I did not. Wish I did not.
Like I said, we get the Swifty Bowl, but
it's not the Swifty Bowl.
What it's called? It is exactly what it's called.
Who calls it Swifty Bowl?
The NFL. Oh, speaking of that, guess how much Taylor Swift has generated for the NFL since she's shown up on camera?
I don't care.
$335 million.
Everything's a rollout. I can't look my eyes harder at this because we know they're not going to stay together. You want to know why? Because he's a football player. And that's assuming they are together. Like, this is...
But yeah, now that begs the question.
Man. I get sick of it.
Well, we all know who this relationship helps more. We all know that.
The Chiefs and the NFL. That's who it helps more. You know what I mean? Like, anyhow. But yeah, no.
Brock Purdy.
Wait. Before we move on from Kansas City.
Okay.
Can we address the absolutely insanely inaccurate notion that somehow the swag surf was created in Kansas City? Or even that they're doing the swag surf?
Yeah. I could care less. I don't know why that got so much attention. Well, it was only because, Tay-Tay was doing it.
It's Columbus. Why I got so much? Because Tay-Tay was doing it, But
with Mama Kelsey.
Right. I attended a school that actually did that.
Mm-hmm.
Some would say made it popular and gave it the cachet that it has. To see them doing it, like, we can't have nothing. Did you see the branding deal that Use Check's girl just got with the NFL? The licensing deal to make skirt jerseys.
Wait, that's coming back?
Well, it's not just skirt jerseys. It's like taking pieces of jerseys and putting them together to make outfits for girls.
Like I said, that's coming back.
Thank you. The fact that you know that it's coming back means that you knew that in the 90s, black women were doing this at large.
Like jersey dresses, like that was a whole thing.
Not just jersey dresses, but all other kind of fashion around this, and they gave it no play. They gave it no attention, anything. This girl wears the ugliest jersey dress I've ever seen in my jersey dress jacket I've ever seen in my life, and she gets a licensing deal. See, that's kind of stuff we be talking about.
Yeah,
in the other podcast.
Go watch the other. Yeah, go watch the
other. In the podcast. But back to the Legend of Brock Purdy, which I can't even hate no more. I can't.
So
I want to hate, can't hate.
So, let's first talk about the implosion as the Detroit Lions. They came out blazing to a point to where it was so decisive before they went into halftime. Like, you're like, okay, I really don't need to watch this anymore. Like, at this point, I kind of know what's going to happen. But if you said that and turned off the TV, you were 100% wrong by the time you turn on the TV the next day. Because I don't know exactly what happened. Because it's like they said, you know what? They got drugged, right?
No.
The NFL script, right?
No. The Detroit Lions did what Detroit Lions do. Like they have a long history of dropping the bag. I was watching. I saw the kick. I saw the return where he fumbled, and I was like, they about to lose this game. San Francisco hadn't even stopped about like that. That's a play that the Detroit Lions of old would have been party to. They
gave that game away at this point. Like somebody's point shaving because there's no way you have an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl and you flub the lead. So, like, you didn't even have to stop them from, you barely had to stop them from scoring, and you just had to score like one other touchdown or something of the sort. That's all you had to do.
I watched most of that game, and I was like, this.
That was so appalling. Absolutely appalling.
Detroit has had it bad as a city, but that night, that game, oh my God.
I mean, did you see the press conference with the coach? He was like, look, I'm going to tell y'all, like I told them, this was probably our only shot. And it's like, you know what? I respect you for being real about that because you were 100% right about that.
Gee, Dan Campbell's like, I'm going to give you the real 100% of the time, right? Dan, why'd you go for it? Because that's what we do. We're doing all season. We're not going to change up now. Yo, I say my man a meme. If I send you this picture of Dan Campbell, just know we ain't kicking it tonight. All right.
Like that man was. This is probably our only shot. It's like, yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. This probably never happened again.
Well, you're not gonna sneak up on anybody anymore. I'm not saying it's gonna be their only shot, but when you look at their roster, when you look at how many free agents they're gonna have, when you look at the fact that they're not, when you look at the fact that they're not gonna sneak up on anybody anymore,
it's your only shot. And you screwed
it. It may not be your only shot, but you ain't gonna get one for a while. You know what I mean? Like, that's unfortunate. And I was hoping that the Lions would win because I wanted to see Detroit, the city of Detroit, in Vegas for the Super Bowl.
The players' ball, the old school players that be on the front row with the hats and stuff.
Boy, you know how many pimps would be in Vegas for that weekend. It would have been great.
I was waiting for it too. But a lot of people are saying, the conspiracy theorists are saying, that's the reason why you're not having a Detroit Lions versus Baltimore Ravens. You know where you were going to take the hood from both sides.
Too black.
It was going to be way too black of a Super Bowl.
And to some extent, I believe that played a part in it. Right. I'm not saying that determined it. What I am saying though is it's too black. Absolutely too black. It's too ethnic for the Super Bowl.
Way too ethnic.
Way too ethnic. Way too ethnic.
But it was. So we were, Lamar Jackson was supposed to save us from the Swifty Bowl, which he didn't. So you know what?
Let's turn to Lamar for a minute. Okay.
Why was he holding the ball so long in the second half? Like, dude, what is your problem? Like, get the ball out of your hands.
They were trying to prove a point, and I don't appreciate the fact that they were trying to prove that point. They didn't need to prove that point. That Lamar Jackson was a quarterback. They didn't need to prove that point. There's no reason to have to prove that he's a quarterback. He is a quarterback. He's the MVP of the league. He's going to be 2-time MVP this weekend when they do NFL honors, right?
Right.
They didn't need to prove that point, right? I was looking at a stat chart of the number of runs they had, the number of runs the running back had.
They were the number one rushing team in the NFL.
Every week, with the exception of the bye week, they've had more than 6 running back runs. They only had 6 in that game. Most of the time, it averaged out to like 22 running back runs, 22, 23 running back runs during a game. Mm-hmm. They only had 6 in that game. And I'm like, why are you trying to prove
Right.
This man Lamar is out here running for his life doing this. Dude threw the ball, caught the ball, and then got a first down.
Yeah.
First of all, this was the same play I've seen in quite some time.
Yeah.
And then, like, you didn't have to prove that. No. You really didn't. No. You could have ran the ball and done. You would have kept him out of trouble.
Like this, at this point in the playoffs, there's no reason to change it up. Let him be him. And let him do what he's going to do.
And if he's going to throw you out of the game, he's going to throw you out of the game on the few passes that you call. But I think he threw the ball like 44 times or something.
Yeah. Some obscene number.
Why? For why? This man was a track star in college. This man is a supremely gifted athlete. Let him do what y'all do. Yeah, they ain't run. Y'all didn't run no options. No, like something could have been done other than what they did. Yeah. And they're going to regret that. And I hate that for him because now, all season he's going to have to hear how he's Josh Allen or Justin Herbert. I'm like, those guys are not not Lamar Jackson.
This man's middle name is Demetrius.
Yo, I was listening to a podcast. They were talking about the fact that his high school coach didn't call any plays and that he didn't learn how to call plays until he got to Louisville. Yeah, he didn't know how to call plays or read defenses.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I heard about that too. Well, I heard about him not being able to read defenses, but yeah, sounds about right.
I mean, if you're that good if you're a grown man in high school with grown man speed, you really don't have to read any defenses. Nobody really has to call the play. You just get open, I'll throw your ball.
Yeah, get open or come catch me.
Yeah, because you're not going to.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, no, I hate that for him. I hate that for the city of Baltimore. I was looking forward to Baltimore, Detroit.
Yeah, they needed that. Detroit needed that. The 49ers don't. So one of my coworkers who is also a Cowboys fan, lucky you, he was saying for this. So I was like, so who are you going for? He was like, well, I spent some time trying to figure out who has the most to lose in this game. And he was like, so he was like, unfortunately, I need the 49ers to win because, one, it would put the 49ers at one more championship over than the Dallas, or would it tie them? One of the two. One of the two. I can't remember exactly what that was. But then also... I think it would tie them. Okay. So it would tie, which should spark competition between Jerry Jones and the 49ers within that. But then also he was like, well, unfortunately, he was like, I actually like Andy Reid, I like Patrick Mahomes, and I like Travis Kelsey. But the Swifties have to go down. So he was like, yeah. So for the most part, he's rooting for the 49ers in this game.
And you said he's a Cowboys fan?
Yes.
Okay, listen. There's no circumstances or circumstance that I'd be rooting for the 49ers. Never have. Never will. I know that the defensive coordinator was the defensive coordinator in Carolina, and he's doing well.
That's another subject.
I'm happy. I'm happy for him.
Yeah,
I'm happy for that to show up an owner that looked right past him to go 1-15, 2-16, something like that. 2-15, 1-17, something like that. But there's no way I'm rooting for the 49ers. I don't care. There's no, as a Cowboys fan, there's nothing that you can say. There's no reasoning behind it. Right? Well, I apologize. I spoke too soon. I just thought of one.
Okay, what is it?
No. This is some next level hate. First of all, Andy Reid used to coach the Eagles. So we only just like him a little bit. We don't even really rock with him all but be that as it may, if the 49ers win the Super Bowl, there's no way they keep that roster together. Which means they're going to be bad for a long time. Because they're going to have to pay Brock Purdy money early.
Oh, yeah.
And they can't keep everybody. You can't keep everybody. They
Can't
trade
keep,
they trade a lot of
CMC.
picks. Yeah, no, they gonna keep him, but that ain't who you worried about, right? The reason why they can have all of these good players is because Brock Purdy's making $800,000 a year, right? Put that in perspective. Dak's making 40 this year. If the cap's 120, if the cap's $120 million, right? And your franchise quarterback's making $800,000, you got $32 million to go buy other players. Right. That's why they brought in Chase Young, who they ain't gonna be able to keep. Right. They got Nick Bosa already. Or Joey Bosa. I don't know which one. They got one of them racist dudes. They got Fred Warner, who's the best linebacker in football. That dude is amazing. If I were inclined to like the 49ers, it'd be because of either him or CMC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Not even Deebo Samuels. I don't even like that dude. But yeah, no, that'd be the only circumstance, knowing that the following years they're going to be trash. Don't like that team.
Okay.
Love Jerry Rice. Never liked the team.
Okay.
So yeah, there's that. There you go. Go.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah. So who? So I guess you're not. If you had to pick somebody to win the game,
Chiefs all day.
Not Jackson Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes, or the Swifties.
Silver lining. If the Chiefs win, then somebody's going to interview Patrick Mahomes' daddy. And if you've ever seen his dad on camera, you know that that's going to be comedy. Because I don't know. Maybe y'all know, maybe I don't. Patrick Mahomes is mixed. His daddy's black. His mama's white. But his daddy's real black.
He's for real black.
Like,
he's for real
he's
black.
Really, really black.
Damn. If y'all don't know what that means, that's like, if you see some black people that have some sense, they're black, but they're not like blackity black. Like Patrick Mahomes' daddy, to me, he could be the guy with a cigarette at the end of his mouth. Just, yeah, you just got to get that alternator. Yeah.
Yo, let me help you out. I talk like I'm the good black guy, right? I've always been the black guy in all the white classes, like one of two, one of one, one of three, right? And I was the guy that, I got a whole bunch of white friends because, they can relate to me because of the way that I talk. Mm-hmm. I'm that guy. I've experienced it all of my life. The only problem is when they hear me on the basketball court, they realize they don't know me that well. Because that's a different dude.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is me talking in AP physics. Patrick Mahomes Jr. Patrick Mahomes. His father is me on the basketball court. Those are two totally different dudes. Now, I'm there to tell you, that dude in the basketball court says something that says some things that dude in AP physics and AP English didn't say at all.
Oh, yeah.
And I love hearing him interview because every time he's interviewed, I'd be thinking to myself, is this really your daddy? How did you come out this inclined?
Right.
If that's your daddy.
I'm trying to figure out why he sounds like Kermit the Frog, though.
I gave that up a long time ago. That's vocal production. I mean, everybody don't have a deep voice, right? But
it's just a funny voice to hear. You're like, because it kind of takes you back because you don't expect him to sound like that. You're like, you might want to have that looked at.
Well, I mean, God gave him an amazing arm. He gave him, quick feet. He gave him, good eyesight and a very impressive ability to read the defense and make plays. God was tired. He was like, give him whatever kind of voice y'all want. And the Angels was like,
hold my beer. We'll be right back.
I'm right back. It's all the way over here. We loaned it out to this dude. He's got this job for Jim Henson. He does the whole Muppet thing. We gonna use that one. We haven't used it in a while because it's not very popular. I think it's perfect.
He's gonna win all these championships and talk in front of a whole bunch of people, and they're gonna wonder why does he sound like that?
You gotta keep him humble, man. You gotta keep him humble. I mean, come on.
It's kind of like the first time I heard Devin Booker speak. I was like, dude, you need to lighten up your voice just a little bit.
Yeah, Devin Booker's voice is real low.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, it's like, you're light skinned. Why do you have such a deep voice, bro?
Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
You think he's like, has a voice kind of like mine, where it's not like super low, but you hear him talk, he's like, yeah, we had to, like, almost like,
he's 6'6" though. He's 6'6" though. Come on.
still, man, you don't expect it. It really catches you off guard.
Why? Because he light skinned?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's
like,
funny.
His voice is deep, he's like super black. Like
Don Cornell is black.
Yes.
Welcome to Soul Days.
Yeah, you're like, whoa, all right, well, whatever.
Yeah, no. I'm glad that his voice is that deep, because he got all these mannerisms, being as high yellow as he is. I'm glad he's got something else going for him, yo. I'd be looking at him, I'd be like, I think he a punk, but he not.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of, but not for that reason.
Well, I mean, somebody else who had a deep voice but it was a good deep voice. I mean, he used it well. And that was Kobe.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't too much. It was really good. But I mean, the spirit of Kobe lives on in the month of January, and in the performances that was put up in January by Embiid, Kat, Luka, and then I think one other person had some other
segue. That was a segue for your tail right there. Good
Amen.
God.
Amen.
Goodness. I was like, where's he going with? Oh, I see what you did there. That was word up. You've been practicing. You're in. Yeah. When are they going to allow the defense to play defense again?
Never.
They're going to have to do something, because having two 70-point games in less than a month.
Well, I mean, what was it?
Hold up.
Kobe averaged 50 in the month of January one year.
Oh, you mean when he was? No, I'm not gonna put that on that.
And I want to say it was the same year that he scored 81. No, was it the same year he scored 81? But it was a crazy stat line he had for January, where it's just like every game in that month, it was like 40, 50, 60, 60, 40, 30. You're like, Kobe, what's going on here?
I mean, okay, hold on, because now we got to find it. Now we got to find it. 50-point streak. That's 2007. What year was that? But yeah, no, I mean, but that's Kobe though. None of these guys are Kobe. Let's be clear. None of these guys are Kobe.
They were channeling this man.
Well, no, for that day, yes, I agree. They were channeling Kobe. They were trying their best. You know what I mean? To remember the legacy that was Kobe Bryant.
Yep. Yeah. You know what I mean? Okay, so here's the thing. In October of 2007, which is weird, October 2007, he averaged 45 points a game. In January of 2006, he averaged 43 a game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot more, too. It's like, gosh darn it. In April 2006, he averaged 41 a game. And February 2003, he averaged 40 points a game. So that's kind of just going down, but it's still an amazing stat line over on StatMuse.
I mean, okay. To be fair, oh yeah, no, it is an amazing stat line. It was amazing then. I was just trying to make sure I understood the circumstances under which he scored 50. It was because he wanted to. It was Kobe. So
Mama mentality,
and the defense was vastly different then. But none of these guys are Kobe Bryant. And many of them did not face much opposition defense-wise. Like, I watched 4 minutes of that Luka game, and I was like, this is some bull. You know what I mean?
So okay, this isn't necessarily
Karl Anthony Towns game too. I was like, this is some bull. Like,
I don't know how he scored 62. Like, his game isn't even built for that, but whatever.
What are you talking about? No, okay, we'll come back to that. But no, back to the Luka game.
Well, what I was gonna say is this isn't necessarily on the list here, but I also did some digging today about a stat line that I think this is like the 10-year anniversary of it. But like some kid from Grinnell University, like 10 years ago, Grinnell University, Jack Taylor. He scored 138 points in an NCAA game.
What Division II?
Division III.
We don't recognize that.
But okay, but true, but still, look at this. Like he scored 100.
Dominic. We don't recognize that. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
If I gave you the ball right now, gave you 4 timeouts. No, gave you 3 timeouts per quarter, and put 20 minutes on the. I'm sorry. If I gave you 3 timeouts, I'll put 20 minutes on the clock for 2 quarters, 20 minutes and 20 minutes. And I brought out there 4th graders. How many points would you score?
Not 100. At my prime. Oh, okay. At my prime, sure.
I would score 138 right. 4th graders right now.
Look, the kid only played 36 minutes. He had 71. He shot 71 3-pointers, made 27 of them. And then he had 58 at half.
Stop. How many shots were taken that game?
By him alone?
No. Total shots. We know he took 71 shots. How many shots were taken that game?
I have to look, but his team scored 40 points with him, along with him.
He was 130 points?
138.
Jack Taylor of Grinnell.
Yep.
138 points. Come on, man. Like, first of all,
he shot 52 of 108, which really isn't bad. It's like 48%.
I'm sorry. This dude shot 108 times
and maintained a 48% average, which is not bad.
He shot the ball 108 times.
That's why I say it's amazing. Like, look at that stat line. It's baffling.
Again, put me on the floor with 4th graders. I get you 138.
Like, he shot, I think when I did the math, he shot 38% from 3, 68% from.
That's ridiculous.
From 2.
That is ridiculous.
Exactly. But then check this out. If you look at the kid that he played against, the dude had 70.
How many?
Like, how'd you do this in 40 minutes? And Jack Taylor only played 36 minutes.
I apologize. That's not possible. I just did the math in my head. How many possessions that is?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, two people on the opposite team turned the ball over upwards of 15 times. It is impressive. Like, I need to watch that game.
For why? It'd be the worst basketball you ever seen in your life.
So when he explained it, he was like, yeah.
9-1. There's not enough time. There's 280 3-points scored total in the game. There's never been done in the history of anything.
That's why it's beautiful.
No, it's not.
I gotta watch that game.
No, it's
Steven.
I just want to see the box score. That's all. I'm going to find the box score. Not tonight. I'm going to find the box score.
I'll send it over. I'm about to take it to you right now.
Please send me the box score. It's upsetting. Like, oh my God.
It is amazing.
Anyhow, okay. That man shot 71 3-pointers.
How do you? So basically, it averages out to 3.8 shots per minute. How? Literally, how? Like, if anybody knows anything about basketball, that is when you're playing a decent game, you're barely getting 2 shots per.
This is how I know it's stupid. Like I said, I did the math. That's not. Hold on. Oh, okay. Thank you. You sent it over. And I'm looking at this and I'm going, they shot the ball 44 times in the first half.
That's Faith Baptist Bible Church or school, whatever it's called.
Oh, I see now. I see. Okay. I know what happened. I know exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't had no refs.
They said let him go.
Not only did they not have any refs, nobody was making phone calls. I mean, was making freaking calls. You want to know how I know? Ask me how many free throws they shot between both of the teams the entire game.
Well,
24.
one went
24. They shot 24 free throws. Now, let's be realistic about this. Grinnell shot the ball 136 times. And there were only 16 free throws, only 8 foul calls. Come on, man. Matter of fact, where's the personal fouls? 14 personal fouls. That's it.
Total.
They shot the ball 130 times a foot. Whatever, man. Whatever, man. I ain't nobody trying to hear that. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Get your jack out of here with that crap.
Oh, man. I'm just saying.
Oh,
in the spirit of Kobe's 81 and his amazing scoring and everything that's going on in January, I just had to bring that up because that is out there.
I could have lived my life and never known that. I don't even think this is a real score. This never happened. It never happened. I don't think it's a real. It never happened.
It's beautiful, man.
Play by play.
It's beautiful. And I think I just found the game. Oh, I think I just found
Is that the first quarter? Oh my God. That is the first half thing. It's high school. God.
You just hear Steve scrolling.
Oh, I was like, this gotta be 8 pages, yo. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 possessions in a minute. Thank you.
Like those numbers don't add up. Like you're lucky to get you could probably get at a high rate like 4 or 5 possessions in a minute. That's and that's 2 per team. 2 on each side.
Dominique. This is absolutely insane. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I cannot believe.
Oh, I sent you a link for the game. I'm going to watch this game.
I'm not watching this game. You want to know why? I've seen this game. I coached this game when I was in 10th grade. I coached this game when I was in 10th grade. Okay?
I am so going to watch this game.
I know exactly what happened. I know egg.
Word. Well, so what he says is like Grinnell is their offense is geared to like score. He said if we weren't scoring or
you about
having
to
a shot attempt,
you about to say something or recount something ridiculous.
He said if we're not
4 seconds of the clock.
Yes.
That's not what he said.
That is exactly what he said. If I'm not making a shot attempt in the first 4 seconds of the clock, my coach is yelling at me. I was like,
yo. Okay, so I was being facetious in my head. I was going, the only way for this to work is if he said 4 seconds, but nobody would actually say that. All right. Anyhow, we got to move on because I can't. My brain hurts thinking about that.
That's what I'm here for. The interesting things that you find or that come up on the internet. This is one of them. A complete mystery.
This is how I know I'm way too attached to this. I'm looking through the roster. Tallest guy was 6'7". Got it. That makes sense. All right. So, wow. Why are you be coming up with this stuff, man?
These random facts just find me. I don't look for them. Apparently my life is patterned to find these things.
I find that hard to believe, but okay. Oh, but yeah, no. Okay, so yeah, no, defense has to come back. They're going to legislate in defense next year.
I hope so.
Guaranteed. That's not going to help LeBron out though, because he's still not going to get another chip, and I think he knows it. I think he's just trying to wait until Bronny gets in the league so that he can have an opportunity. Did you hear? Gilbert Arenas has an interview talking about his training with Bronny.
Okay.
and how he said that LeBron James Jr., Bronny, is probably one of the smartest kids he's ever trained. And he said that the kid is way better than LeBron was at his age.
That's interesting.
He recounts his story of bringing Bronny to a practice at UCLA with some college kids, and they were busting his tail. And Gilbert got on him, and Bronny's face changed, and then he gave them college kids buckets. I was listening to Gilbert, right? And I mean, I don't give Gilbert a whole lot of credit in a whole lot of arenas, right? Because he be talking nonsense a lot, right? But I think that he knows a few wrinkles of basketball, like how players sociology.
Well, I would say he was one of a decent scorer. So I mean, yeah, I think he can.
Oh, yeah, no, he was a decent scorer too. You know, he hurt his knee and whatnot, but he does a lot of training with kids and whatnot. And you know, LeBron asked him to look at Bronny, and that was his evaluation of Bronny. And I was like, that's interesting because I think that I've watched him. All things that I've watched him, it looked like he was holding back, right?
True.
Like he's very composed, he's very smart, and he looks like he's holding back, like he's not even really trying that hard.
True.
Right? On purpose, right?
Right.
And it makes me feel like when he gets to the league, he's actually going to be a player.
I hope
you know what I mean?
I like to see stuff like that. I really hope, you know,
I mean, I feel like this. If Austin Rivers can make it to the league and do well,
yeah,
Bronny can, because Bronny is much more athletic, than Austin Rivers.
Yeah, and I think, you know, he is. So like in the parts that I've seen, what was that game? So like, okay, his career stats right now, he's played 12 games. He's shooting 36%, and 24 from 3 and 68.
Oh, you talking about at UCLA?
Yeah. No, USC.
I'm sorry, USC. Yeah, his game is not made for high school. His game is not made for college.
Not made for college. Yeah.
He's one of those kids whose game is made for the pros. Period. And you can't scout them based on any. You can't scout them based on most of their college stuff. Yeah.
Well, when he scored 11 against Arizona State, I will say I watched a little bit of that game, and yeah, his shots and whatnot, it was just like you said, he was holding back, and it's like interesting, and that's really all I could say about it. I was like, this is interesting. Not saying that he's going to take him all the way or anything, but it's just like he's got game, and you see it in spurts,
and he's got nothing to prove, and he's rich. No. I mean, not like his dad is rich.
Yeah,
like you know what his NIL valuation is for the year?
It's like 11.3 million.
He got his own money.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy for, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, he ain't got nothing to prove at USC, other than he can, you know, learn from a college atmosphere.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I wonder, do they post their scouting reports right now?
I don't think so. I think it'll be hard pressed to find a scouting report. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I'm just interested in what they're saying, because I don't know, and I'm not a scout, but it's interesting. That's the best way I can put it. Not interesting good. I mean, not interesting bad. It's just very interesting.
He's juking the system, right?
Yeah.
Like if he put like this, if he plays too well now, how does that benefit him?
There's no upside to it.
There's absolutely none.
Yeah.
What he becomes a lottery pick, and now he goes to a horrible team that his father's not going to play on.
Well, because a lot of teams are looking at, all right, well, what draft position do we have, so that way we can get Bronny, and then hopefully we get LeBron. They're strategizing on how to get LeBron, because they know he's going to follow wherever his son goes. So
yeah, so
they're playing this very well.
Yeah, they're playing chess with this, and we're just watching, trying to figure out what the next move is. So,
and I hear his court vision is way better than his dad's too.
They say his court vision is better. Everybody, his dribbling is definitely better.
Mm-hmm.
And they say Gilbert said he's more athletic than his father. I was like, how?
That's insane.
But then again, Bronny be getting off the floor, right?
Yo. So I saw him dunk I saw him dunk one time, and I was like, and he's my height, and so I can compare like what he's doing. And I was like, whoa.
Bronny get off the floor.
Yeah,
he ain't Dennis Smith Jr., but he ain't that far away. That boy get off the floor. Much like, quick segue, much like, dang, I had his name in my Ant-Man. Ant-Man caught a couple bodies last week.
Mm.
Dennis Smith caught a couple bodies last week.
I like when they catch bodies.
Did you see the highlights from last night? Cam Whitmore. This dude gets off the floor. He had what, 9 points in 4 minutes last night?
Ooh.
Like he had like a 3 and like 3 dunks. But each one of them dunks was like, I gotta fight. He plays for the Rockets. I might have to go to the game just to watch him. Like, this kid looks good. Look it up sometime, man. Cam Whitmore. Like the Rockets are going someplace, man.
Yeah, they're building. And I mean, with Ime Udoka at the helm, I mean,
yeah. They're going someplace. They pushed around the Lakers last night. You know what I mean? Like, that was big for me. I was watching the game going, y'all just gonna let them push you around like that? Yes. I
mean, even Dylan Brooks. Ooh, I told you one of those dunks.
I told you. Like, I appreciate that. I don't even know how tall he is. He looks like he's 6'7", right?
Oh, Jesus. And that was in traffic.
That man gets off.
He had Hachimura on him.
That man gets off the floor. When I tell you, Dominique, that man gets off the floor.
Yeah.
The first one I saw, I was around that joint like 3 times. I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely can't wait to see Bronny in the league. Definitely can't wait to see what the Lakers do at the trade deadline, although it's not going to help them out one bit because they can't beat anybody in the upper half of the Western Conference. We'll see how that works out. There's a lot of basketball left to be played. Shoot. I'm trying to figure out. Last thing.
I found this NBA draft report. I'm gonna send to you.
All right, bet. Who is it on? Bronny?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Last thing. Did you see I don't know if they've confirmed it. They were floating the idea at All-Star Game of having Steph Curry and Ionescu do a 3-point contest.
Which they should.
Which I think would be pretty dope.
It is.
I really do.
I want to know why we haven't gotten more NBA, WNBA crossovers for like All-Star Weekend.
Because WNBA players are overseas making their money.
I mean, for one weekend. I mean, Yeah.
No, that I shouldn't have said that like that. But no, the real talk is, it's the off season for them, so they do what you do in the off season. You either recuperate or you make money. So I get it, but yeah, if you really want to big up the WNBA and really showcase their skills, like, and they should be in a skills competition too.
Yeah, because we do want to know, like, how far off are they? Like, if what's the comparison? Because I mean, if you got people out there dropping threes just like that can shoot like Steph Curry, I mean, you got something. For the WNBA, it is it's very good press.
Yeah,
and I think they should do more of that.
It's a good product too. It's just men are sexist and they don't, and women are sexist. So against other women. So
it's just, to me, like, I love All-Star Weekend as a basketball player. It's one of the dream moments that you get to see people play together that won't normally play together. But the NBA dunk contest has gotten really stale. The last good one we had was Eric Gordon versus Zach.
You didn't like McClung last year? I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it, but like, let's be honest, they're not really as enjoyable as they used to be. You here and there you get some.
I think this year we're gonna get some stuff.
I
right?
hope so.
Well, okay, so on Instagram, I follow Team Flight Brothers.
Okay.
They be doing dunks out there. Normally, you see it on Team Flight Brothers. In 2 years, you see it in the dunk contest. That's the way that's been going for the last 10 years. The dunks that Aaron Gore were doing, Team Flight Brothers were doing that 2 years before that, like in 2010.
So for me, there's one dunk in particular I have not seen yet. At this point, it will probably lose its luster because it's not as...
Which is what?
Huh?
Which is what?
So this is how I want it. I want the stage set like this. You have your guy that's gonna, whoever it is gonna get ready to dunk, and you're just looking at him like, okay, he's cleaning off his shoes. Okay, wait, why doesn't he have a ball in his hand? And he starts running towards the rim, and the ball comes out of the stands for the alley-oop.
That's not.
That is impressive. That is really impressive. Yes, it is. Okay, Steve. All right.
And he does what? He just catches it and dunks it?
I mean, he does. It depends on how high he gets. Hopefully, it's somebody that's a high flyer, so you get a little razzle dazzle with it. But it's just the overall framework of whoever it is just tossing it from out of the crowd that you don't know where it's coming from as a spectator.
But he knows where it's coming from.
Well, yeah, duh. He has to know where it's coming from.
I don't think that has the cachet that you think that it does.
Maybe not. Me personally, I would go crazy. That's as a viewer, I like that.
We gonna see somebody try the double East Bay.
What?
We're gonna see somebody try the double East Bay.
Man, I did that in NBA Live 2005, and that was tough. That button combination was something serious.
We gonna see someone do the tomahawk double pump.
Man, you know how high?
No.
Oh, 2 hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it's better the other way. It's better when you come back.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna see somebody do that. That's going to be done. There are a couple other ones. I saw one. He did. What did he do? He threw the ball up and he caught it. Did like a kiss the rim while he went underneath his legs and went on the other side. Like there are dunks out there that have not been done. That are.
That's weird.
He threw it up. He ran and jumped, caught it, put his head up like he was kissing around, went underneath his legs, on the side. Like there are dunks out there.
The hang time on that would be insane.
There are dunks out there that have not yet been done. Like the kids have been out there dunking. Now, granted, they try them first on 9-foot rim, but they've been dunking. So just know that there's still stuff out there. It's going to be live.
So for me, the Zach LaVine and Eric Gordon dunk contest.
Oh, that's the best one of all time.
It was great because because they didn't need redos. Like everything they did was on first try. That was
first try and that's original.
Yes. Like when you do it on the first, and when you can get it on the first try, that is the most impact that you're going to get. That is top tier. That means you really practice that. Not, I could do this and I'll do it in practice, but I'm not going to practice it too much. Like they could do that.
Man, Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine jumped so high. I don't even think they really practiced it like that. I just think that much like Jordan and Dominique went out there and it was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What, are they ever going to come down? Zach LaVine windmilled from the free throw line. There's no amount of practice. Either you can or you can't. There's no amount of practice for that. None. Right? So, and it was just insane. I was like, he's waiting from the free throw line. There's no amount of practice for that. There's either you can or you can't, and he was able to, and I'm thankful for it because I never thought I'd see it.
Yeah,
I was screaming at the screen like. So we'll have some fun. It won't be Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine, but it's gonna be fun.
I hope so. But still, I want the WNBA to be included in a lot of this. Like add some stuff, add some more stuff. Because I mean, me tuning in for one thing each night is like, I need more. Like I need more.
How much more do you need, man?
All of it.
The man said all of it.
All of it.
Well,
whatever you can think of.
I'm with you. I hope that they get a chance to be in the spot in that spotlight and have their skill showcase so that people can see how good they really are. Because them chicks be balling.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah. What was the chick from the Las Vegas Aces? She was like the floor general, kind of like the assist. She was racking up all the assists for them. I forget her name, but like her passing is crazy. Like kind of Kyrie Irving level passing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it's like I want to see that. Like I think WNBA is getting to a point where their talents are starting to not necessarily be right on par, but it's growing. And I'm here for it.
Their skill level, they just skill, right? Not physical abilities, skill.
Right.
Is definitely on par with the NBA. It's been that way for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Their skill level, right? Not physical, but skill level, right? And their ability to play the game, regardless of physical abilities, right? It's all skill. You got a couple of people that are really, really tall, a couple of people that are really, really fast, but generally they all are very skillful, and it's their skills that make the game different, which is why when you watch their game, it's such a better game to watch than the men's game.
Yeah.
To me, right?
Yeah.
It's just hard to get more people to watch because,
well,
dudes are sexist and women hate women. So,
and they don't really advertise their games at certain times either. And it's like, I would have watched it had I known. Like, if you guys would have put more money behind advertising.
Yeah, it's rough. Plus, it's during the summer, and we be outside.
Sure,
we be outside. So, but it'll come around.
Yeah.
Anyhow, anyway, dude,
you look tired, man.
I am very tired. Losing weight is tiring.
It is what it is.
Dude, I did like 1.3 miles today.
Running, jogging, walking, speed walking.
Doesn't matter. I could be crawling. Same miles. same amount.
Same level of effort.
No, I was walking. I did it. It took me like 17, and it took me 18 and a half minutes to do it.
Okay.
So that's good. It's like a 15 and a half mile clip.
Yeah.
So not bad. But yeah.
Not bad.
I dropped this other 30 pounds. I'll be running again, baby. Woo!
Yeah. Hey, your knees definitely help you.
But that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I missed this cue the last time, but thank you guys for watching. Definitely like and subscribe, post on social media, hit the notification so you know when we're going live and when we're posting, and we will see you next week.
In the next one in the Sports Hive.